What's up everyone, thank you for checking out Kinda Interesting. This is my first ever video I've ever recorded and I just can't wait to get started, so let's get into the action. Number 4. San Miguel. So basically in 1712, Spain assembled one of the richest treasure fleets to ever be assembled at the time. By 1715, Spain had amassed a fleet of about 11 ships, all filled to the brim with silver, gold, pearls and jewels, all estimated to be worth around $2 billion by today's standards. Some of the ships were found and much of the wealth has been recovered and accounted for, but the San Miguel ship has still not been found, and it's thought to hold the majority of the treasure, hidden somewhere unclaimed on the seabed near Florida. Number 3. The Los Fabergé eggs. I know, quite a hard one to say that, guys, but in 1885, Tsar Alexander III commissioned the production of the gold and enamel hen egg for his wife the Empress Maria, which she absolutely adored. Fabergé was then made goldsmith by special appointment to the imperial crown by Tsar Alexander III, and over the next 33 years he went on to make 52 eggs, which were made for the Russian royal family as well as a further 15 for other private buyers. In the Russian Revolution of 1917, basically everything went to shit and the eggs were confiscated, stole and stored in the Kremlin armory. Although some eggs were sold for the new regime and over time 8 more have been vanished, in 2007 just one egg called the Rothschild was sold at auction for $9 million and there's still 8 more to be found. Number 2. John Dillinger's buried treasure. So the outlaw Dillinger was hiding out with a few of his outlaw buddies in 1934 when FBI agents found out that they were actually hiding in Wisconsin and they surrounded him. Along with baby-faced Nelson and many of his other men, the FBI shot the first 3 men walking out of the door where they believed the outlaws to be. All 3 of who actually happened to be civilians. So amidst all the confusion, the gangsters were actually able to escape out a back entrance, and it's said that Dillinger then ran a few hundred meters from the establishment and buried $200,000 in small bills inside a suitcase. 2 months later, Dillinger was shot to death in Chicago, never getting the chance to go back to find the money, and it is still out there today. Possibly. Number 1. Okay. I'm really sorry to include this one, but it had to be on here somewhere, didn't it? The Ark of the Covenant. So depending on your religious beliefs, this is essentially the religious artifact said to house the original stone of the 10 Commandments and generally contain the mercy seat at the top where Christ himself will judge for when he comes back, into the world or whatever, depending on your beliefs. When I was actually researching into kind of how much the value was of this thing, if it really does exist, basically I found a 2.5 minute YouTube video of just gold descriptions, gold plated, then gold pillars surrounding gold holes. I was just like, okay, I think this is a very serious thing if it really was out there. Value of melted down gold in today's market is said to be at least $68 million. But if you think about the religious value and the religious price of the artifact, it's literally priceless. Thank you so much for putting up with me on my first ever video on this YouTube channel. I'm hoping to get much more better at this, much more fluent in how I'm describing these things. If you guys do have actually any suggestions that you want for the upcoming videos on Kinda Interesting, then please leave them in the comment section. And thank you so much for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.